Hi guys, welcome to week 23 of our West Boulevard project. So this one is coming along really nicely now. I think today we're going to discuss the kitchen, the garden, a bit about the electrics at the front that's coming in, and about the painting as well. And the layout upstairs of the bedrooms. This is the sort of stage in the project whereby you can actually see a lot of works. Everything's pretty much visual at this stage. All right, let me turn the camera around.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. So this is what we call the business end. So the decorators, the furnishers are getting contacted. The blinds people, we're starting to look at what we're looking at as well, the appliances, etc., etc. So this is the business end. So just while we're out here quickly, you would have seen me discussed for a couple of weeks the trench that we have to dig in order to get our three-phase supply. So that's going to be coming from the public pavement all the way through here, and it's actually going to go into our utility cupboard we've got in the house. If you spin it around there also, we've taken away the old, actually this is a good one, we've taken away the old fencing, so we're going to put some new fencing in. One thing that we discussed this week as well is it appeared that obviously you can see the guttering is going to need clearing. Our builder thought that we didn't actually have a drain down here, so we've seen the pipe, but if you come down here too, that was previously under about a foot of soil, so we didn't know there was actually a drain there. So I think, happy days there's a drain there. Hopefully no from health and safety is watching. Right, into room one. So this is partly our storeroom, as it has been for the length of the project. You can see here we've got the fencing for the front. If you just pop into the bathroom too there, you can see
Starting to take shape. The world's smallest ensuites.
Exactly, so very tight. We've had to make them tight. We've had to kind of make some alterations, which we've done, but all good. This is what happens in the property game. So into the middle bedroom. Again, we're getting the first coat of paint in a lot of places. Upstairs is actually getting the second coat of paint. So what we're doing now is, similar to what we've done at the start of the project and sort of throughout, is this is where we're thinking about where all the furniture is going to go. Where's the bed going to go? Where's the bedside table going to go? Chest of drawers, etc. It's important for us to visualize that because ultimately that's what the tenants are going to be using. And obviously those items aren't fixed. But when we're looking at things like tea stations, those things are. So we've got to understand the relationship between the different pieces of furniture and how they work in a room like this. So, kitchen, actually, before we go into the kitchen too, this is going to be our meter cupboard. This is where we're also going to be putting our washer dryer. And this is where the three-phase supply is going to be coming in from there. So perfect little space actually. You can see we've got some ducts in here, which actually goes underneath the ceiling, out the side of the house, which is the extractors and the extraction points for two of our en-suites, from there and that room there. So into the kitchen dining area, so you can see our long galley kitchen diner. So we've gone with the blue on the black, which is looking really nice. In this area here, we're going to have our two fridge freezers. So a couple of rooms are going to have small tea stations where they're also going to have a small sort of fridge freezer in. But for us, amenity space it is definitely needed, and it's one thing that we always have to consider. So we'll walk into the final room downstairs. Pretty much carbon copy of a couple of the other rooms. I think I should show this actually too. It's -2 today. Like, this piece of ice is just sitting there and it's not melting. That's how cold it is in here. So let's have a look in the kitchen. Out into the back garden. So the stairs, our stairs from the back are going to come from this side and sort of slope down. So what we've just thought about, nice little brainwave I've had, is keeping this first area down here as concrete, the second area as a stone, and down the bottom towards the towards the park, we're going to put some astroturf, which I think will look really nice. So sort of 3 separate areas of the garden, but all work well. Let's have a run upstairs.
So 1 second. So the idea is that here, that's the area where everybody hangs out, have barbecues, decking, parasol, sort of the social area. That hopefully nobody will go to, but it'll look nice, and that hopefully nobody will go to because it's going to be fake grass. But it'll look really, really nice, and it'll add a lot of value.
So we're gonna have a nice garden, but we hopefully
nobody uses it. Yeah.
So right, let's have a walk upstairs. So I think upstairs today was where we've had the most discussions, because the 2 rooms upstairs are 2 of the rooms where we're going to have tea stations. So I will, and you can actually see a second coat of paint in these rooms up here. So these rooms are really taking shape. So I'm going to quickly blast through. So we spoke in here about where best to put the tea station, where best to put the bed. Again, this is a consideration that we have at the start of the project. That ultimately gives us an idea about where we're going to be putting the beds, where we're going to be putting the electrical sockets. So you can see in this room, you've got 2 sockets, which was originally where we thought the bed would come out from. So you would have 2 sockets either side, and then you've got a couple down here. So you've got 4 double sockets in the room. So still some playing around to do, but we'll get there. In the next couple of weeks we get there. Let me take you to the main room. So this is the main room that we're working with. Sorry to write with you there. So originally, sorry about the noise. Ali's still cracking on there. So originally we were looking at this area being wardrobes, but I think it's a waste of space. So I believe it'd be good to make this area of the room sort of the living area, which is what we discussed again originally. Potentially a TV here, couple of shelving units, just so extra storage, shoes, etc. Sofa here, so you can watch your TV. Maybe a small coffee table or a desk. And then in this area here, we're looking to have a tea station that's just going to come out thus far. Small under-counter fridge, and then the bed in that area with potentially chest of drawers there, wardrobe. We're going to have a little play around with. Obviously, those things are fixed, but this is where we're thinking about putting it. Now, the reason why we've gone with potentially putting the tea station here, I think we spent about 15 minutes just talking about it, but it is important. If we were to put the tea station over in this corner, it potentially means our sofa's going to start further up here, which means it's off-centre to the TV, which means then it's going to start to encroach on more of the bedroom area that we're looking at. So it makes a good sort of break in the room to put the tea station here. So then you've got a distinct bedroom and a distinct sort of living area. So that's the thought process around it. Again, tenants are free to come in here and move things around. Probably given the shape of this room, it potentially won't lend to that, but tenants have always got the option.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and put a sofa in the other room, so aren't we? And,
try and squeeze one in, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So they've got sort of 2 little studio flats up here.
Exactly, yeah. And that, ultimately, that's going to get premium rents for the investor. It's a better product for the consumer, the tenant, and it works for everybody.
Cool. Okay, hopefully that's been helpful. See you guys next week.